Most people chase money like it's the solution. Like once they get enough, everything will change. But the truth is brutal. Money doesn't change your mind. Your mind changes your money. And if your thoughts are poor, your habits will be poor. And your life, it'll follow. You want to know why billionaires keep winning, even after losing it all? It's not luck. It's not connections. It's not the market. It's mindset. It's how they think, how they move, how they solve. They built the wealth in their head before it showed up in their bank. Thinking like a billionaire has nothing to do with having millions. It's about how you wake up, how you handle stress, how you react to loss. It's about decisions under pressure, clarity in the chaos, discipline when no one's watching. That's where wealth starts, in your mental patterns, not in your income. You can hand a broke mind $1 million and it'll be gone in a year. But you give a billionaire mind nothing and he'll build everything from the ground up. So here's the truth. You don't need money to start. You need vision, focus, hunger, precision. You need to train your mind to think long, act smart, move silent. That's the foundation. Repeat this daily. Mind first. Money follows. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you've become. And if this hit you like it should, subscribe now. Because you're not just here to get rich. You're here to build the kind of mind that can never be poor again. Being broke isn't just about money. It's about mindset. And a poor mind doesn't just lack dollars. It lacks control. It reacts instead of plans. It complains instead of creates. It waits instead of acts. That's the trap. And most people stay broke not because they lack opportunity, but because they've never learned how to think like someone who creates opportunity. A billionaire doesn't waste energy reacting to every problem. He diagnoses, he analyzes, he adapts. A poor mindset sees pressure and breaks. A billionaire mindset sees pressure and calculates. The difference? One runs from the storm, the other becomes the storm. If your mind is built on emotion, distraction, and desperation, you'll keep repeating the same cycles even when money shows up. That's why some people win the lottery and go broke. They never upgraded the one thing that matters, their perspective. Thinking like a billionaire is about becoming the kind of person who stays calm in chaos, who listens before speaking, who observes before moving, who leads instead of begs. That starts with mastering your response, not just your circumstances. Next time something breaks, don't complain. Solve. When you're rejected, don't collapse. Sharpen. When it's hard, don't shrink. Expand. Because here's the truth. If you react like someone broke, you'll stay broke, even if you touch money. So train your mind now, when you have nothing. Because if you can build discipline without resources, you'll become unstoppable when they arrive. Most people wait to have more before they act different. More money, more time, more clarity. They think change comes after success. But billionaires? They flip the formula. They act successful before the world sees it. They move with the confidence of someone who already knows how this ends. And that's the difference. Poor minds make poor decisions because they're guided by fear, urgency, and emotion. They think short, they chase fast, they spend before building. Billionaire minds, they play long. They make moves the world doesn't understand until the world has no choice but to watch. Start asking yourself this. If I already had everything I want, how would I think today? How would I walk? What would I tolerate? What would I cut? That's how you rewire your identity. You don't wait to upgrade your life. You upgrade your standards now before the results. A rich mind doesn't seek permission. It doesn't react to every critic. It knows who it is before the validation comes. And that kind of clarity, that's the edge. That's the foundation of every fortune. So here's the shift. Stop making decisions like you're broke. Stop acting like you're desperate. Start leading like your future depends on this moment, because it does. You don't become a billionaire by accident. You become one because you made the kind of decisions today that the average man would never dare to make. That starts now. Even if your pockets are empty, make your mind expensive. Billionaires guard their minds like a fortress because they know something most people ignore. What enters your mind becomes your life. Your inputs shape your identity. And if your mental diet is trash, gossip, drama, noise, doubt, your results will be too. A poor mindset consumes entertainment. A rich mindset consumes strategy. A poor mindset listens to opinions. A rich mindset listens to discipline. A poor mindset focuses on problems. A rich mindset searches for leverage. If you really want to think like a billionaire, start auditing your inputs. What are you reading? Who are you following? What conversations do you allow in your space? Every second you spend around low-level minds is a withdrawal from your mental bank. You're not just protecting time, you're protecting attention, energy, focus, and nothing powerful is built in a mind that's constantly distracted, triggered, or overstimulated. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer distractions. You don't need more inspiration. You need mental clarity. You don't need more luck. You need to protect your vision like it's already worth billions. So treat your mind like a billion-dollar investment, because it is. Filter what you allow. Guard what you consume. Train your brain to see opportunities where others see obstacles. That's billionaire thinking. It doesn't start with money. It starts with mental discipline, mental isolation, and a standard so high most people won't even understand it. And that's good, because when you protect your mind like gold, you attract a life that reflects it. A billionaire doesn't announce his next move. He doesn't flex what he hasn't earned. He doesn't need the world to believe in him, because he already does. That's the difference. Poor minds seek recognition. Rich minds seek results. You want to think like a billionaire? Then learn to move without noise, without needing attention, without broadcasting every step. Why? Because the real builders are too busy building, too focused on mastery to stop for applause. You don't grow by showing off. You grow by locking in, by showing up in the dark when no one claps, by stacking discipline when no one sees it. That's what the world eventually respects. But first, it looks like obsession. It looks lonely. It looks strange. Billionaire minds fall in love with the process. They're not addicted to praise, they're addicted to growth. They don't wait for the right mood, the perfect moment, or public validation. They just build every single day, without stopping, without sharing, without asking. So if no one sees you right now, good. If no one believes in you, perfect. This is where your advantage is born. This is where your power takes root, in silence. Build your mind like no one's watching. Train like the world forgot you. Move like you already have everything to lose. Because one day they'll look back and realize you were becoming dangerous the whole time. Here's the truth no one tells you. Money is just a reflection, a symptom, a side effect. You don't become rich when your account fills. You become rich when your mind upgrades. And that upgrade, it happens long before you touch a dollar. The people who stay poor, even when money shows up, are the ones who never changed how they think. They still chase shortcuts, still make fear-based decisions, still waste time, energy, and focus on things that don't compound. Because deep down, they never became someone new. They just got paid for a moment. But the ones who rise, the ones who stay rich, they started building the billionaire version of themselves before anyone knew their name. They walked like it, thought like it, spoke like it, planned like it, and they kept moving when no one clapped. Because they knew the truth. Your bank account can grow and shrink, but your mindset? That's your foundation. That's the one thing no one can steal. That's the part you train like a weapon, because once your mind is right, the rest is math. You don't wait to be wealthy to think wealthy. You think wealthy to become it. You build focus when you're broke. You build clarity when you're confused. You build silence when you're insecure. That's the path. Every day you scroll past another distraction, you sharpen. Every time you show up without motivation, you separate. Every time you say no to comfort, you invest in the future version of you, the one no one else sees yet, but you do. So if you've got nothing right now, good. That means you have no distractions, no ego to protect, no one to impress. Just you and the choice to rise or rot. Think like a billionaire now, not next year, not when you hit a number, not when life feels easier. Now. Because if you wait for success to build your mind, it's already too late. You don't attract money by chasing it. You attract it by becoming the kind of person who doesn't need it to feel powerful. If this woke something inside you, leave a comment right now. Let the world know you're done thinking like everyone else. And if you're ready to build the kind of mind no failure can touch, subscribe now. Because the richest life starts long before the money shows up.